And in football news, the video assistant referee, or VAR, is reportedly set to be trialled during the Nedbank Cup semi-finals in April next year. The South African Football Association has already appointed a VAR project team and the VAR committee led by former referee Daniel Bennett, which also includes SAFA head of referees Abdul, Ebrahim, going through various companies bidding to become the supplier of the system and testing the operation. So, to talk to us about this, we have roped in SABC sports journalist Velile Mnyandu, who has just returned from a fact-finding trip to Spain. Velile, I mean, just to also give people some context, VAR has sparked some controversy, or the controversy has been reignited with the North London derby, but also people may not realize it's being used in tennis as well. We saw the drama that ensued at the ATP tournament in Turin as well. And you've just come back from Spain. What can you tell us? Give us some context as to where the story falls in the timeline.
Yeah, thanks, Stacey. As you've just said, we've just returned from Spain, where we visited some of the companies that have been shortlisted. This includes Media Pro and also Quality Media. And the focus there was more on the full VR models that are used in Spain. We watched matches, we watched how they are doing it also remotely as well. As you know, that Quality Media, they are also involved with a number of leagues, especially in South America, in Costa America, in fact, in Costa Rica, in Guatemala, and all those areas in the CONCACAF region. So there's a lot that we did there, and we also attended a match, a women's El Clasico between FC Barcelona and the Real Madrid as well, where we got to witness the transition in terms of how they link their VAR equipment to the OBVN on the ground, and also linking with those who are working remotely as well. Those visuals that you are seeing there, it's inside the head offices of Quality Media, and also the headquarters of the Spanish Football Federation, the Royal Spanish Football Federation. It was all part of how is this centralized setup, because it's envisaged that the centralized setup is what will work best for the South African platforms as well.
So I was, just also trying to get some background reading. Some reports have said, yes, it's going to be trialed at the Nedbank Cup in April next year. SAFA, though, an update just yesterday, said that the public does need to understand that this project status it's complex and it's currently in its infancy status, but this dedicated team is in place to provide updates. And then Abdul Ebrahim says that there's still a lot of groundwork to be done. So is that just, a hope and a wish that it will be implemented, or has it been finalized that it will indeed be instituted in the Nedbank Cup competition?
Well, the word of trialing it in the Nedbank Cup semifinals, it is something that is coming from the project team.
Okay.
They're looking at doing that in the semifinals and the final. I think the SAFA statement is just to tone down a bit. Maybe there are a lot of expectations because of this recent visit. I can tell you right now that Daniel Bennett was heading the project, met his team last night to update them on this trip. I understand that today they could be appearing, and they could be in front of the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee of Sport to give them an update on this matter. Remember, an amount of 20 million rand has been allocated by Treasury to the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture towards this VAR, which I believe that they feel that it is enough to start the process. Remember, we're not starting from scratch in terms of having at least 5 match officials who are fully trained on VAR, who can handle at least 1 or 2 matches. That is the semifinals and also the final. So the idea is to phase it in with these first 3 matches and then work full steam for next season. I think the target in terms of how they're going for, because now the next process is just to get the costs from the 4 companies that they've shortlisted, which is Hawkeye, used in the EPL, Media Pro used in the La Liga, the Quality Media that we visited, and also Riga, which is based in Russia and also China as well.
Velile, I believe I have 1 minute left with you. I just quickly want to get your sense. I know that it is something that, was inevitable. There have been many, many arguments pro, for, and against it. What do you think are the updates that are going to make it much smoother? People have still been complaining about it slowing down matches, interrupting the flow of games. What do you think, and what are the updates you see that were coming through that were going to ease this and enable this to become a smoother process?
Well, Stacey, VAR brings credibility to the results, and the South African Premier Soccer League is viewed as one of the leading and the top football leagues, professional football leagues on the continent. Currently, the only countries offering VAR on the continent is in Morocco, the Botola Pro League, the Ligue 1 Professionnel in Algeria, and also the Egyptian Premier League. So if we want to continue with the status of our league being one of the best, if not the best on the continent, we cannot be left behind. We need VAR. There's no questions about it.
Thank you so much for chatting to us. Always insightful. We have been talking about the VAR system, or video assistant referee system, which is due to be implemented in South Africa as early as April next year at the Nedbank Cup semifinals. Velile Mnyandu, SABC journalist, was just giving us updates from his fact-finding mission in Spain, which he just recently returned from.